Okay, so hey guys, welcome back to my Instagram, not really my channel, but hey, happy Monday. I know it's probably hard rolling out of the bed this morning, but I just wanted to offer you all some encouragement from me to you. I hope that you set some great intentions for the week. I don't know what you do on Sunday or what your Sunday routine looks like, but I hope that if you don't have one, you get one. And not only that you get one, but if you do have one, hopefully it has set, the motions for your week to be a great one. Like I said, I hope you set some thoughtful intentions on like something that you want to accomplish during the week. I know for me, getting to work on time every day is my goal for the week because it'd be a struggle getting up early in the morning. So that is one of my goals for the week. In addition to trying something that I have never tried. Alright, so really today I just kind of wanted to talk a little bit about perspective. I think that we could all definitely benefit from a change in perspective, because if you can change your perspective, you can then change your reality, in my opinion. Because sometimes we just have the wrong perspective on things. We think that we're in a position that really isn't for us, that it's against us, but really, that the position that you're in is for the best. So for the last couple of months, I've really been struggling with depression. I've been on this roller coaster ride, battling, struggling, and dealing with my depression. Mostly because I've been in a place where I feel extremely isolated. I feel as though I have no friends, or I felt as though I had no friends. And I hated my work because, for those of you who don't know, I work as a legal assistant, a paralegal. And I'm not necessarily passionate about law. I thought I wanted to be a lawyer, so I became a paralegal just to kind of get an inside look on what it means to be an attorney, not the romanticized version of it that we get on TV. And from seeing the work up close and personal, it just doesn't seem like something that fits my personality. I'm a very bubbly person. I love to talk. I love to just go with the flow. And being in a strict 9-to-5 environment, I've learned is not, what I want my working life to look like. But with that being said, I've been really down about doing paralegal work because it's hard to find good work here. I get paid relatively well, so it's hard to find that work passion balance here in a place like Little Rock where the job market is extremely tight. So because of all of those things, like I said, I've been battling with depression, but I have come to learn. I had an epiphany, a ha-ha moment, and realizing shit's not all bad. I'm really not in the worst of positions to be in. When it comes to feeling friendless, honestly, if you're out there and you feel lonely or you feel like you don't have a lot of friends or anyone to talk to, it's nothing wrong with that. Friends, and not in all cases, but friends can serve as a distraction. First of all, it can distract you from knowing yourself. I think the biggest thing that I've been faced with, this entire time that I've been feeling like I don't have any friends is because I've been feeling lonely, and I've been feeling like I don't have anything to do, or I don't have anybody to do anything with. But I don't think that I necessarily, when I was a part of this girl group, girl clique situation, I wasn't necessarily doing things that I enjoyed. Partying and things like that. But, we're in this weird transition period in our lives where we're transitioning from, being a young adult straight into adulthood. So the things that I did in undergrad, they no longer interest me. And then if you think about where you are, if you're at this point of your life, that's the perfect opportunity for you to learn who you are. A lot of times you really can lose your identity within a group of friends because you're just kind of going with the flow and going with the crowd. That's not to say that you're a follower. It just means that, maybe, if you and a group of friends want to go out of town, you might want to do this activity, but the majority of everyone else might want to do that, and it kind of forces you to flow with what they're doing. When you're in this predicament where you don't have anybody around you, any friends or anything like that, it's a lot easier for you to come in touch with your passions and what it is that you like. Because I know a lot of us, we never really stopped to figure out what it is that we're passionate about. So at this area and at this point of our lives, you can either continue doing, aimless work that you don't really care about for the sake of putting food on the table, or you can dig deep, figure out what your passion is, and figure out how to monetize that passion. That takes some focus. That takes absolute focus. And as far as friends go, you just don't have that distraction, the going out every weekend, doing this, flowing with the group, not really knowing what it is that you like or who you are. I think that's the biggest thing that I realized is, who am I, when I'm not being defined by my group of friends. And as much as I like to take credit, I actually did not come to this conclusion on my own. I watched a YouTube video, which I'll be sure to link it, that this guy made, and he was the one actually that helped me to change. He planted the seed, and then today the epiphany as to how it relates to me hit me out the blue while I was eating lunch for work. But so that's my little spiel on the friendship thing. Change your perspective a little bit, and you might realize that you're actually in the best position that you've ever been in your life, because your canvas is blank. You're free to be who you are and to create who you are based on this new and more adult version of yourself. You're able to craft and fine-tune your tastes without any outside distractions. So just take that into consideration the next time you're feeling low. As far as working goes, so I mentioned a little bit about my job and how it's not necessarily a passion, but it pays well, relatively well, and it, pays the bills, honey. It brings in the medium bucks, not the big bucks, but the medium-sized bucks. But anywho, I kind of had an epiphany, aha moment about my work as well. Honestly, this is the best position to be in, because while I'm making relatively good money to be my age and to come from where I come from, I also have the free reign and the free reign? That's right. Yeah, that was right. I have the free reign and the freedom to still be able to do what it is that I want. I'm not tied down by a contract. I'm not tied down by a business. Although one day I hope to be. Don't get that twisted. But as of now, I'm not tied down by a business. I'm not tied down by a contract. So I'm free to experiment with any industry that I choose to do so. I've been letting my work and the fact that I don't like it suck and drain out all of my energy to the point where when I get off of work, all I wanted to do was sleep. So my life was consisting of just working and sleeping. But with this new mindset that I have, I know now that I can use my free time to experiment. We are so ready to monetize things that we don't stop to think that first focus on finding enjoyment in a hobby before you jump straight to trying to figure out how you're gonna monetize it. That's first and foremost. I've been playing around with editing videos and making videos. I'm not necessarily thinking about monetizing it. It's just something that I enjoy, and it's giving me happiness, and it's helping me to shift my perspective, and it's kind of bringing me out of the funk that I've been in. So I would just encourage you to first find a hobby for the sake of having one. And yeah, as I said, this isn't necessarily the work that I want to do, but it's paying my bills quite comfortably. And it's also giving me the freedom and the free reign to experiment with other industries until I do find that one thing that I'm ready to be tied down, locked into, all in with. You know what I mean? So take advantage of that if you're in a place where you're not necessarily on contract or you're not, the CEO. If you're in that predicament, it's actually a pretty solid one to be in, because your responsibilities are being, made. You're meeting your responsibilities, but at the same time, you still got the freedom to explore within your free time. I'm a 9 to 5-er, well, 8 to 4-er. But when I get off work, I got free time. You still got, and it's summertime now, you still got the whole half of the day to play around. And honestly, most times you're less tired, you sleep better when you actually get up and do something with the rest of your day versus going to sleep and being in bed all day from about 5 o'clock until it's time for you to wake up the next morning. So, take advantage of the rest of the daylight that you have when you get off of work. Which brings me to my next point, which ties both things in together, because as far as the friend situation goes, I was concerned about not having anything to do, not having no one to do it with, and I was also struggling with what do I want my moneymaker to be. I don't see myself working for someone for the rest of my life, and I don't see myself doing work that I'm not passionate about. It's just non-negotiable for me, and I won't stop until I figure out what my thing is. So to kind of find some middle ground with both of those things, I have decided that every Friday, because I get upset a lot, especially with my boyfriend, because when I want to do something, he might not necessarily want to do it. And in my mind, I'm like, oh, okay, well, I can't do it no more because he doesn't want to do it. No. Get to know yourself. That's why you're in the best position not having any friends. Go out and do those things that you've always wanted to do alone. Observe, sit in stillness and in silence and really soak in the experience. And you can really determine how you feel about it when you're doing it alone. I've decided that every Friday I'm going to do something that I want to do or that I haven't done yet. I've already gone to like a sort of painting with the twist class, but I do want to go to one. So this upcoming Friday, I think I'm going to go to a painting with the twist class alone. I think next Friday or Saturday, just depending on how it works with my work schedule, I'm going to go and do a yoga class because I love yoga and I haven't, had the opportunity to really do any yoga in a group setting. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'm just going to continue to make that a thing because I notice that I thrive a lot better when I have something to look forward to. And at the place that I'm in my life, there's not really many people in my life making plans with, so I don't really have much to look forward to. You got to create those moments for yourself. Life is passing us by. Don't wait on anybody. Do it yourself. And honestly, I'm a foodie. I love to eat. So I spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars each pay period on food and eating out. So I'm going to try to rebudget that money to put it into some, activities that I might want to indulge in. But yeah, so this is my encouraging post for the day. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope, you can get yourself up out of your funk. Life is to be lived out here. And I know, the waves are going to come. But, try to gear yourself up with the tools needed to fight your way out of that. Happy Monday. And I pray that you, set your intentions for the week. And you're able to have a successful week. That's all, folks. Have a good one. Today's video is going to be a little bit about history, a little historical in nature. So for those of you who don't know, I did study history in undergrad.